What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, it's been an absolute field day for Marvel fans in the last couple of weeks. We've basically gotten set photos and hence reveals for every Marvel project that's on set and filming currently. And on top of that, Marvel Studios just dropped some brand new HD stills this morning for Secret Invasion. We'll do a video for that later. They've confirmed that it's coming out on June 21st. In the meantime, and before we get to some theory videos and reactions to the set photos, we have to talk about an industry insider, one who's been rather ubiquitous as of late, with a ton of details for 2024's Phase 5, including Thunderbolts and Captain America New World Order, what's going on with Val and the Serpent Society, Red Hulk confirmations, even a major script rewrite, and mention of 2 X-Men. We're breaking down the latest updates, at least according to one industry insider, about what's to come in the next part of Phase 5. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report like we're covering today and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner to coincide with Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so these latest updates and rumors have come from Jeff Snyder over on the Hot Mic podcast, and like some of the other industry insider editorials we've covered, and as of late, a lot of their scoops and reveals are for future projects, so we're still waiting to see how much of it ends up becoming true. In the meantime, take it with a grain of salt. That's our recommendation from the channel. He said the following about Captain America New World Order: that Val is actually in New World Order working with 5 other villains from the Serpent Society. If you need to fill in for what the Serpent Society may be doing in this film, I'll make sure to link that video at the end of this and in the description. We've already broken it down in full at the channel. The next build point is their main mission is to obtain a special metal that is not vibranium. Now, in the original leaks and rumors regarding Captain America 4 that broke late last fall and at this point are about 6 to 8 months old, it was said that what we saw of Tiamat at the end of the Eternals, where presumably he was turned into stone, would actually be metal. That would now be the island of Genosha, where they would be farming adamantium, and there would be several nations, not just the United States, in play to try to claim it. And honestly, the legitimacy of that rumor sort of felt like it was solidified, pun totally intended, by the proximity with which it broke near Wakanda Forever, where we clearly saw what we at least think was the United States on the hunt for vibranium under the ocean. Now, it's pretty easy to draw the through line between the US looking for vibranium under the ocean and wanting to harvest what is now obviously adamantium, or at least implied to be so by Snyder according to these rumors, for a program like Weapon X. And that Weapon X could be what he's referring to in just a couple of bullet points later. He then goes on to say that the Red Hulk is in the movie, as if that needed any confirmation. If you were wondering whether or not we would get to see Harrison Ford as Red Hulk, I think that's the point, the ultimate point of this. I expect no less. And as I said in a recent video, what might have been attractive about this role is if they plan on doing that transformation early in the film, say after the first act. The rest of his job would simply be as a voiceover while somebody else did the mocap on set. And then the last bullet point says the movie might have a tie or two to the X-Men. Now, I think setting up Genosha as an island in the film is a tie enough. This is a place with a pretty heavy mutant history, to say the least, a place that Magneto reigned in, could even be tied to the future of the Scarlet Witch and her storyline in the MCU. So I think establishing it as a POI in the MCU is a domino enough for the future X-Men in the 616. But when you add adamantium on top of that, according to all the rumors now, and having Thaddeus Ross in the president's office, who has been obsessed with super soldier control since he was introduced during Hulk 1, now we know the government during Wakanda Forever was looking for vibranium, you can't help but think that this is the creation of Weapon X in the MCU. So when they finally shut the door on the multiverse saga with the end of Phase 6 or 7 and start the X-Men storyline in the 616, they can truly start focusing on the human rights issues that were at the heart of the X-Men story, and not the multiple versions of the X-Men across the multiverse. And honestly, this is not new. They've been slowly moving these pieces into place since, say, something like Miss Marvel, where we heard the mutant theme music while it was revealed that she's a mutant. Slowly they're ramping this up, so when we do get there in a couple or 4 years, it doesn't feel all of a sudden, and that's what we would expect, the slow world building that we got used to during the Infinity Saga. Now, changing pace for just a second to a different franchise in the Thunderbolts, Snyder goes on to say that they completely scrapped the writer's first draft for the script. And the reason for this was it focused too much solely on the characters from Black Widow. Now, we've heard a lot of rumors about what that story may entail. I still think that Red Hulk is going to go from New World Order into the Thunderbolts, and we also know that Sentry may be a huge part of the storyline, but it was always sort of billed as an extension of the Black Widow storyline from day one. But this isn't reason to worry, because we famously heard about some of the best Marvel films, say like Civil War, that they were multiple versions into a draft for a script before it was scrapped. The initial story for Civil War was going to be something like a Mad Bomb storyline, but instead, Feige insisted that they do Civil War. Drafts of scripts are just that. They're drafts. They're meant to be scrapped, and maybe they did focus too much on the Black Widow characters, but as I think all of these films are meant to do is establish mini teams so that you can have mini teams during Secret Wars, and I think this will go a long way in galvanizing whatever their team will be. I'd be very surprised if they somehow beat in one movie and ditch the Red Hulk before you get to a team or film where he could easily feature. Now, I do have one final thought as it pertains to the X-Men in the MCU, and specifically Wolverine, as he's tied to Falcon and the Winter Soldier and now Captain America 4. Some of you may remember when we were covering the rumors for Falcon and the Winter Soldier in late 2020 that there started to pop up some Easter eggs for Wolverine. We thought they were setting it up back then. Now, all of the rumors are pointing to that again with adamantium, and before the set photos started coming out just days ago, there was a glove photographed on the set of Captain America 4 that had metal claws coming out. Now, clearly, that glove was a Freddy Krueger glove and not a Wolverine glove. What it was doing on the set of Captain America 4, I have no idea. But the basic idea here is that it's pretty clear, almost a foregone conclusion, that Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige's intention by bringing back these characters from other Marvel universes like the Sony Spider-Man universe, the Fox X-Men in both Multiverse of Madness and again in Deadpool, is to make sure all of these characters are around again so that when we get to the final Secret Wars battle, they can battle too. And I don't think Marvel's going to have the new X-Men from the 616 involved until those old X-Men have had a shot. Then they can have their new X-Men start fresh when the multiverse saga is done. So while there's going to be major pieces fall in place, like say the development of Weapon X and the introduction of adamantium into the MCU, in the same way they've started introducing us to mutants, I do not believe we'll start getting our own X-Men characters until the Fox X-Men have had their chance in Secret Wars. And then, like I said earlier in this video, you can really focus on the 616, the MCU's X-Men, and their story as it pertains intrinsically to them, and not worry about the rest of the multiverse versions. We will not have the MCU Wolverine until Hugh Jackman, say, is retired, is what I'm basically saying. And I think there's a lot of you who would agree that's probably the best way to do it anyway. When we finally get the MCU Wolverine, give him his time to shine. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. How you feel about any of this, how hype you are now for Captain America New World Order. And man, if you agree with me, it just feels like every day this movie gets bigger and bigger. It definitely is going to be 3 hours. I just don't see how else it's not. Let me know all your thoughts down below quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff. Before I let you go, we are still giving away a PlayStation. The next milestone is the Guardians of the Galaxy release, which is just about a month away. All you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment, that automatically enters you to win. And because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with all of the content here at the channel is to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. I have a brand new music EP coming out on the 18th of April. It went on pre-sale today, so I know a lot of people don't buy music anymore, and I totally get that. We all stream it, myself included. But if you want to support me as a content creator, I will leave the link down in the description to the pre-sale, either on Apple Music and iTunes. And like I said, I know we basically all just stream music, but you are supporting me, and because nobody buys it anymore, it has become easier than ever to hit the Billboard charts, which is something I've been trying to do for the better part of 20 years. So that link will be below. It's only about $5 for the EP, and if you do choose to buy it, I would appreciate the support more than you will ever know. In the meantime, you'll be able to hear it all on every platform on the 18th. All right, thanks for checking out the channel, guys. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon. Peace.